John B. stood on the stage to gaze out at the appreciative standing congregation. But it was not just about the stage or the standing ovation, but the stage of his life. If he had been 15 years of age, the stage would be there for him, a platform to play on. If he were 30 years of age, the stage would have been a walk through to someplace else. But at 60, John arrived on that stage. It was about deep connections in shared moments of complex lives. It was art. And on that stage, this 1 hour set contained nuances that a 15 or 30-year-old John B. may not have fully realized. Somehow, the congregation came connected in that hour and at that moment, everyone with their own path to the center. At 15, John played in an intentionally unlikable punk band called Razor Snot, where he wore a badly botched mohawk and a long, shiny raincoat, and he sang 30-second songs that were about how angry he was, although no one really knew what he was yelling about. But that got old, and he got older, and he progressed to another stage. At 30, he had no time, and his timing was off. He'd play very quietly at 3 a.m. when his family was sleeping, just to practice and compose and to develop his time. But that got old, and he got older, and his children got older, and he passed to another stage. At 40, his wife helped him with time, and he presented music a bit. Letting the music flow meant forsaking other times. And at 60, he had time. 60 was the time. By 60 years old, you've buried many people, and you've buried many memories and thoughts, only to have them resurface in a melody or a rhythm in a universal story of loss and growth. It's not that John B.'s world had greatly changed that day. It was just a question of arrival and being welcomed, truly welcomed, as we all should be. So I have a quick personal true story here. It involves the guitar player singer Chris Jacobs, who is famous for The Bridge, which is a great band, toured for many years, and also the Chris Jacobs Band. And he used to come into my shop, Chris did, and he would pick strings up, and we'd talk a bit. One day I asked him, how did you get started with The Bridge? What happened that you were able to do this full time? He said, well, it started, I met my friend who I hadn't seen in a while at this guy's house. And it was a house concert with David Greer. And David Greer was so great that night. We were so fired up that we went over to his place and played music and played music. We couldn't stop playing music. And it's all because of David Greer kind of ignited us in that house concert. I said, some guy's house. I said, you mean on Wallace Avenue near Park Heights? He said, yeah. I said, that's my house, Chris. I remember you when you were there. He said, yeah, I thought you looked familiar. Fast forward a couple of years, I'm driving Uber in the odd hours to try and supplement what's going on in the shop. A group from Hampton calls me, and I pick up, I think, 3 people, and they're in the back of my car. I say, where are you going? They say, the 8x10. Do you know where that is? I say, sure. Who's playing there tonight? Oh, it's my husband. I say, what's his name? I doubt if you ever heard of him. I said, try me. He said, Chris Jacobs. I said, I know your husband very well, man. He comes to my shop to pick up strings. And I told her my story. She says, Oh, yeah, I've heard that story. And you're the guy who's your house. It's a small world. Until next time, have yourself a lovely weekend. I come to you 5 minutes, 3 times a week. I look forward to seeing you again.